Crisp.
Oh, okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a brand new episode of Rants with Dez. Happy Thursday through Wednesday, evening, night, morning, and afternoon. And don't adjust your camera. My buddy, Mr. Rogers, from our channel back in the day, the left, the right, and everything in between, is here with us right now. Mr. Rogers, how are you doing there, sir?
Oh, we're still living the dream out in Montana, brother.
Dang right, dang right. Like we always did back in the day. Can you please give us some fun facts? Because
I can do that. All right. Why do moths and flies and stuff go to light? Insects, why do they go to the light?
Let me just think about this for a second. I have no clue.
All right. So what light actually hierarchs is for an insect is safety. And for them, actually, light ends up being higher for them. That's safety. That's why the bug zappers work so well. But for light is safety for them. That's why they always going towards the sun, away from the predators.
Son of a nutcracker! Did not know that one.
No. Here's a fun one. You ever you see a digital clock and a manual clock? When you see say it's 10 to 8 on a manual clock, you call it 10 to 8. But if you see on a digital clock, you call it 7:50.
That is true. I never thought about that. I never thought about that at all.
It's 10 to 8. It's not 7:50, it's 10 to 8.
Exactly. That is true.
Okay.
I never thought of that.
Yeah. It's not bad. Who actually has more healing agility, men or women? Who has a higher pain tolerance, I should say, too, as well?
Women definitely have more pain tolerance.
Do you know why that is?
Something with their body. I don't know.
Childbirth.
Well, I knew that part, but I mean, if you're a guy and you get kicked in the testes, you don't want to do that again. You're going to go down. Women actually.
Yeah, but women, they have a higher pain tolerance than men.
And they choose to get pregnant again.
Now, why are shorter, sometimes a little stockier people better at balance?
Because they're shorter and they're closer to the ground?
Yeah, kind of close like that. They have a better center of gravity.
See, that one.
Why is Mr. Rogers awesome?
Because he is always with make-believe land.
He don't give a crap. He do what he want.
Dag right. Good old Mr. Rogers.
He rides horses, brands calves and cows, and just does what he wants. Snowboards the mountains, shoots at shoots, rides at rides.
Dang right, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. So let's go to our first topic at hand. I'll do the first part, then we'll have a conversation about it. First topic at hand is the California fires. When you compare California to like the Midwest, what I think is funny, well, Trump basically called Newsom out on all this stuff. But like in the Midwest, we always do control burns. And California doesn't ever do that kind of stuff. They just let it lay as is. Like growing up on a farm, once every like 2 to 3 years, we always did control burns to make sure that if there would be some kind of fire, that it would not get out of hand. And it's called common sense. So, Mr. Rogers, what is your whole take about them not doing control burns? And there's a few other things, but I don't want to say it here yet because I had to make sure it's all legit before I say it. So I don't want to apologize on the YouTube if I don't have to. I'm just saying.
Right. On control burns, so I do actually have a friend that lives out there close to the area, and he actually told me a place that I went hiking with him last year. Well, actually this year, yeah, this last year, February, when we went hiking out in Santa Monica. All that place is burned to ash right now. I'm like, what? Like we were hiking the mountains and everything's gone. On control burns, I still trying to figure out there must be an ecological way that they're not using the ocean for water. Because if it was like in Minnesota, we have lakes, a ton of lakes. Everybody knows that. And what people did was we took like hydro pumps and stuff, and we make our grass we use the lake water to create our grass, and the water flow back into the lake. But our grass got moisturized and water flow back in the lake. I'm like, why can't they just do that with the ocean? I don't know if it's got some of the alkaline or some of the salt in the ocean that they can't do that. For me, I'd be like sitting on massive pipes and just going, hey, let her buck.
You're dang right. At this point,
I mean, it'd be a lot cheaper than flying these jets. People don't understand how expensive flying those helicopters, jets, airplanes to fill those. They're rather expensive.
Well, just one load is thousands upon thousands of dollars. Let's be honest, when they're dropping that stuff over the fire.
A Blackhawk usually is around $8,000 an hour. A regular jet's around 10,000 to 12,000, depending. Airline craft again around $15,000 an hour just for a person plane.
Damn.
So these guys are just doing this back and forth by themselves, carrying a boat full of weight, and they're not really doing much when you can just have this thing just watered out if you really want to. And what does salt kill? Salt kills everything.
Exactly.
That's the problem. Which I'm thinking maybe it's an ecological thing. I'm like, Jesus Christ, just plant some sod. You already destroyed it with your houses.
Hey, they can come to Minnesota where we need the salt anyway for the roads. But
No salt and gravel out here. Oh, I take that back. It's only sand and gravel, no salt. They don't salt our roads.
Well, I guess you don't have rust on your vehicles that way either then.
No, we don't.
Yeah, so
And we get more snow than anybody.
Yeah, so Mr. Rogers now lives in Montana. He doesn't live in Minnesota anymore. So a lot of stuff's happened since we ended our YouTube channel back in the day. But now he'll be on this one from time to time, right, Mr. Rogers?
Indeed, my good sir.
But one more thing about the California fire. I think the whole thing is crazy. We're in wintertime. We're not even in the summertime, and you're having these fires. To me, that's mind-boggling.
They've only got an inch of rain since May. So I talked to a few people I know in Cali that are originally from Minnesota that moved out there. They've only got an inch of rain since May, and they're blaming it actually on the wind with friction, with the brushes and stuff that have been so dry, and friction will cause fires.
Damn. Well, that's a fun fact. See, you're just
Yeah, there you go.
It's full of fun facts tonight.
That's why I have to ask the source. I go right to my buddies out there that live out there and have to born and breed. Here's another fun fact. Do you know most of those people out there cannot get fire insurance?
Yeah, I heard about that. Just recently, they dropped.
4 months, State Farm dropped them all.
That's not fishy. But as I
Not
said,
the name drop
conspiracy
stuff,
right
but
here. Not right now yet. We got to find out more information before we start doing that kind of stuff. But I heard about that.
it was actually true though. Like my friend tried when he was buying a house out there. State Farm would not insure him. They said they're not anybody in those areas. They're not going to have fire insurance for him.
And the fire.
That's a
hydrants
true
are empty
fact.
too, and fire hydrants are also dry.
Yep.
So there's a lot of fishy stuff going on.
And again, there's hearsay on what the mayor and the governor did. There's no proof of it, but that they cut budget spending for fire protection.
That's why I'm
Because their economy is kind of going down a little bit, and they want to save money. I get and allocate it different things. So I mean, it's their own way of what they want to allocate it to. It's not my monkey, not my business.
Exactly. Just the people that vote you in, and they kind of need your help now. I was watching a video before we went live, and there was a lady that went up to Newsom, and she's like, "What are you guys gonna do? My child went to this school, and it's burned down, and all of our houses, that's pretty much all shot." Newsom's like, "I'm trying to get a hold of the president. There's no cell around here, cell reception." It's like, really? I guess when you got that much smoke, it looks like nighttime all the time, except for where the fire is. Then it's daytime. It's crazy.
It literally looked like this morning I saw a photo of like Los Angeles, and like the caption was like, "Well, we finally found hell where it opens into."
Outstanding. Speaking of hell, let's go to the next topic because it deals with Mark Zuckerberg. he might be one of the antichrists out there. So recently, being that Trump is the new guy coming up in charge, thanks to this past Monday, which will be the main event, Mark Zuckerberg has decided to say that Instagram and Facebook will be a platform of speech where we'll actually be able to say stuff without fact checkers fact-checking us. They're going to have some other way of doing it. But I'm going to be testing that whole theory maybe tonight or within the next week or within the next few days. Because on Monday when I went live, I was talking about January 6th. 4 out of my 5 Instagram channels got shut down because I was talking about January 6th 4 years ago. And so let's see how Zuckerberg, if he's going to be serious about it or if he's just trying to kiss, who's, what, bottom behind because he's scared that Trump's going to be the president. What's your take on the whole Zuckerberg possibly being more for freedom of speech?
With Zuckerberg, he's a conundrum. He's a very intelligent guy, so I'm not going to I cannot talk bad about that. Like, the guy is very intelligent. He's got his own personal views, right? Like anybody does, but he's worth billions, so his personal views sometimes carry weight, especially when he has one of the largest social networking systems in the entire globe. So whatever he thinks, a lot of people tend to follow because they don't want to piss him off. Where people like us tend to piss people off. But with all that being said, what do I think about what he said? He's got every right to. I mean, you got your First Amendment rights. Freedom of speech. Do I believe what he said was right? No, but he was speaking the truth, and like I said, I'm gonna tell you like how I feel. I'm always gonna speak sometimes for both sides. Do I believe in it? No, but you know what? A lot of people do, and I'm not gonna tell them right or wrong. I just think he was not. He was just going information off just what him and his little buddies are. And again, he's a very rich and infatuating person and a very influential person. So a lot of people believe what he says. Do I necessarily agree? No.
Hey, let's be honest, Mr. Rogers. You love playing devil's advocate. Let's be honest. You'd love
Usually.
it. You'd love it because back in the day, you did a fine job of it. I was like, I can't do that. I can't do that. But at the end of the day, when it comes to Zuckerberg, I think it's a little bit too late. But if he's gonna actually be serious about it and actually do the whole thing for Facebook and Instagram, it means that we could say things that we could not say, and we won't be shut down. But AI, I think, is still gonna be the side.
Well, AI is more Musk, and who's on Musk's side? Or who's Musk on? Which side is Musk on?
Trump side, damn right.
Who would I trust more, Zuckerberg or Musk?
Musk.
I will trust Musk all day. The man's a genius. Everybody that says he's a little rich kid, I'm like, but he made 22 million. He started with $22 million when he was 20 years old. Yeah, that's a lot of money for people, and most people just, this, hey, I'm done, whatever, piss it away.
Yep.
This man made it into being one of the richest men in the world.
Yep.
He didn't just piss it away like some tuition little whatever. He uses knowledge for good. And I'm not saying it's all his knowledge. It's the people he's hired as well that also helped him be where he's at.
Yep, I agree with you 100%. The fact is, I love the fact that he's on our side now, but the fact is, with a grain of salt, there's still some stuff where I don't 100% trust him. That's just like anybody that was far left at one point. But the fact is, he left California because they were taxing the crap out of them. And back in the day, Elon Musk was their hero because he was the creator of those kind of silly vehicles. Even though I guess they could take a bomb, we found that out actually on January 1st. That was actually insane. I thought it was. It went straight up and down, didn't it? When it actually went off that truck.
In an odd sort of way, he still reminds me of the guy who wrote Family Guy. Does all the voices. Seth, what's his name?
Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah, reminds you kind of like they're like doppelgangers in a sense. You add a little makeup and just whatever, and they're both hilarious in some sort of way.
I love
Just one's a little more sarcastic, hilarious, and one's just like, I'm funny.
I love it when he bought Twitter, and now it's X right now, right? When he walked in with the kitchen sink. Now that was hilarious.
Bought everything but the kitchen sink. Oh wait, I got the kitchen sink too.
So, well, when it comes to Mark Zuckerberg, I hope that he's actually going to be serious about what he's doing and not a Rick and roll of just catering right now, and then all of a sudden, next person gets in office, they go back to dictatorship when it comes to censorship.
You know me, man. I always give the benefit of doubt.
I know you do.
I always do. That's the way I was. That's the way I was raised. It's the way the military treated me. Always the benefit of doubt. They could have a whole freaking horseshoe, just whatever, or a boomerang that turns around and comes right back at you. You never know. I mean, they're all full of surprises. They're very, very intelligent people. I mean, I would love a day just to pick any of those man's heads.
Yep. It'd be interesting to actually pick at one of their heads like that. It's like, just to see what they say, if they're actually consistent, or if they change their wording as they answer, reword the question. Only a couple times.
Just to a common person like us. Just ask what the questions you got and what they think about it.
Exactly. That would be.
Ask about garbage. Ask about recycling. Ask about land nature preservation. Things like that. Not like world peace and hunger and just simple things for this or that,
Let's be honest. World peace will never happen as long as humans are. It's got to be the end times before there's actually
Peace isn't profitable is a problem.
What's that?
Peace is not profitable.
No, and it's not. And let's be honest with religion.
That's a problem. Peace is not profitable.
With religion out there, there's always gonna be war. That's just the way it is. Well, people say their God is the real one, and that's just the truth. Even I know.
Again, who am I to judge? I believe in my God. I'm not going to tell them who to believe in.
But that's one of the reasons why there's so much war. Speaking of war, let's go to the main event. Yeah, money. Eddie just said money. So we're gonna start with the 4 years ago, because this has actually got three sides to it. We're gonna start with 4 years ago, the so-called worst day in democracy. Then we will go to this past Monday, and then we will finish off with what I like to call the fun part. So
good. Series of events. All right.
That's why. Hey, so let's start with January 6th, 4 years ago. First and foremost, Trump never said to go riot and loot inside the Capitol. He said peacefully, patriotically protest. This is what I think is funny. And then the left and the rhinos and the right. Yeah, so this would be your left, and this would be your right, I guess. I hate cameras because it's all backwards. But anyway, you know what I mean. The rhinos and the left. They were coming up with the whole thing where the insurrection was the worst day in democracy, worst day in American history. Forgetting about 9/11, forgetting about all the school shootings where a lot of kids died. Or like at the music festival how many years back in Vegas where that guy was from way above shooting down. The fact is, when they want to compare that to those events, that shows you their stupidity. I hope Trump, within the first 2 minutes, he pardons every last one of them, even the people that were so-called criminals. Because at the end of the day, here's how I look at it. If you want to look at insurrection on January 6th, how about we start Summer of Love 2020, where fire stations got destroyed, police stations got destroyed, post office, any federal building, every insurrection that happened during the Summer of Love, start from the very beginning, then we can go to January 6th. But you know what? The left will never do that because it doesn't fit their agenda. The Summer of Love was the biggest disaster, and now they want us to forget about that several months later and say January 6th is the worst day in democracy. Don't fall for it. We will always keep reminding you about that because at the end of the day, people seem to forget. Like the China virus, we can never forget how they were actually rickrolling it, how they were trying to make you scared of a virus that kills 0.03% of people, and those people had underlying conditions, and they would put people actually in nursing homes. So let's go back to the January 6th. Mr. Rogers, what is your take on that?
This last January 6th? Oh boy. Well, where was I in 2020? Everybody's worried about COVID. I remember that. And I'm like, they're like, oh, if you get, like, I was working and stuff, like, oh, if you get the shot, we'll give you money. I'm like, yeah, there's something wrong with that one. With the election and all that stuff going on, and everybody being so scared. And I'm like sitting there, I'm like, you guys ever been to war? Jesus. Everybody's just freaking out. There's elections and this and that. I'm like, there's nothing to worry about. I don't understand. I mean, I understand like the offices got invaded. That was horrible on those people. I mean, we had cities burning to the ground because they just wanted what they wanted, and then they realized they can't self-sustain. Say, well, no crap. What are you gonna do with a freaking fork? Give me my spork. Cool, bro. You got your spork, so I know where you've been. We need food. Well, no crap. How are you gonna defend this? Well, we have our rights. Yeah, I do, but maybe figure out a different way to put those good intentions towards something else. I wasn't for it. It drove me nuts. I wish 2020 never, honestly, that year should have just been gone. It was just bad for the entire country. We looked horrible and weak amongst all the other countries as well. Only thing I deployed as much as I could. I'd rather be overseas getting shot at, for God's sakes, than be here. I mean, my aunt was like feeling bad. I'm like, I made sure she was okay. I had a couple friends down there to like overlook her place, especially with the George Floyd incidents. But just that was a horrible time. It was just I got nothing against Biden, honestly. I mean, he's trying. He did his best. He's just old, you know. He's got different views. He's trying to figure things out, like probably like where his soup is. But ooh, shiny. I have a question for you, brother. Why do you think? Do you think 2021 was better?
Well, we were getting pretty much
Now, again, that's a loaded question and a weird question because I'm asking: could it be financial?
Yep.
Could be personal? Could be family wise? Could it be job wise?
How do you want me to answer it?
I want you to ask well financially.
Well, before Trump actually stepped out of office, the inflation was going up because of the Rona. I can't call it the actual name of it, so I always come up with fun stuff. So anyway, when it came to that, so inflation was already going up, and we were really not making more money. So financially, it was actually getting worse. But and the thing about it is, Drill Baby Drill died on January 20th that year. So the gas prices also started going through the roof as well because we're not getting our own gas. Just like in January 20th this year, Drill Baby Drill is going to be back again. So
Yep,
gas,
our fuel, yeah, went down. But what I didn't like about the whole situation with that, it made people scared to stay in their homes. I still see people wearing masks.
I know.
Usually California or New York license plates or Florida license plates, but still people wearing masks in their car. I'm like, um, there's a thing called a button usually in most cars where you just put circulate inside your vehicle. I think you're gonna be okay. Even then, I'm like, don't you walk outside? I'm
And,
like, don't you?
and,
You're gonna
I,
wear a mask the rest of your life? You go to sleep wearing a mask?
and I have a question for you. How do those people think it's healthy wearing a mask? I mean, you're breathing what you.
In all the stuff you're exhaling. Yeah, I know.
How can you think that's
A lot of
healthy?
carbon monoxide going on.
The plants are pissed. The plants are like, take the damn mask off. We need that.
Well, because yeah, plants grow off of carbon monoxide, and photosynthesis and all that, and they take the oxygen, and oxygen makes them grow, but they can't. They take in the monoxide.
Yep.
Oh God, I
So
love
let's get back
photosynthesis.
to 2000.
Sunlight.
Hey, let's go back to 21 then, because
Yeah,
I get where you're coming from, but the gas prices was going up. Groceries.
people are still working from home because they're still too scared to go to the office.
That's sad.
No, it's. I don't even think they're too scared. They're just freaking lazy. I don't hop my car and spend, $5 in gas today. I can just stay at home and hang out in my pajamas and let's do this.
Let's be
I
honest. A
mean,
lot of people did
I
that.
worked at home. I tried to go back to work, to the office. Like, well, you're pretty sick, because I had all those cancer issues at the time.
Yep.
And I'm like, I'll be fine. And I'm like, can't kill what's already dead.
That is your best line ever. That's the best line. But
It's the truest line, though. I've died already 2 times, technically.
so, what year was it? 2021 or was it 22 when they finally said the China virus is pretty much over? I think it was like 22.
22, I believe, but don't quote me on that one. I'm not entirely sure.
I think it was.
I want to say 22, but I couldn't tell you.
I mean, Dr. Fauci was making everybody double mask. Let's be
I want to
honest.
say it was 22 because, yeah, that's when all that stuff. Yeah, I look back and work, yeah, and then and then, okay, yeah, about 2022.
So let's get back to the topic at hand, January 6th. Did you want to say anything more about 2020?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, let's go to this past January 6th because I actually took vacation. I wanted to see it all. I wanted to see Kamala actually, have to actually say President Trump is going to be your 47th president. God, her face was fantastic. When I woke up that day, I was like, today is the day because they can't make this stuff up. like back in 2020, Mike Pence did the traitor thing when he actually did not actually say that the election was fraudulent. But now we have our redemption. This past Tuesday or Monday was our redemption. And at the end, I'm pretty damn excited. I actually have the 20th off too. I'll be watching that too. That's at noon. Trump puts his hand on the Bible and he gets sworn in as the president. God, that's going to be glorious. I'm looking forward to that. I should actually, I'll probably go live on Instagram on that one when that happens. But let's be honest, 2024 was Trump's redemption.
I concur with that. I concur with that. And he overfought a lot of bad things. I call it bad juju. I mean, it's a military thing. He overcame a lot. I mean, for the man that tried to do his best for the country and didn't take a paycheck. I mean, yeah, he's a millionaire, billionaire, whatever, what do you want to call it. But for a man to be ridiculed as much as he did, just to try to help the country and see the country more profitable than ever it could be. I mean, the guy went to freaking North Korea. The only person ever did. I mean, Jesus. I mean, the guy was a horrible person, but to have the ball sack to be invited over there and just like, yeah, we're doing this. I'm sure Social Security is like, sure, okay, this is gonna be fun. All right, we're gonna need to upgrade some stuff here.
Rocket Man.
I only got 5 more minutes, so.
Oh shit! It's only 22 minutes after. Well,
I know.
Okay, well, let's go to the last parts. With Trump being signed in or whatever, you also have Trudeau stepping down. God, on the same day, that is a glorious day. Let's be honest. Trudeau stepping down.
Yeah, well, he still gets paid. He's, now he can use cocaine and just have fun.
And he can do more blackface. Let's be honest, he does more blackface than frickin'.
Now the Quen's gone. I mean, we got King frickin' Dumas out there. Oh my gosh, that guy's a moron. I mean, I swear to God, he must have been inbred or something. Oh, the kids are cool as hell. Frick yeah, the kids are cool. But not so much. I think I'd be like, you know what? I'm not Lance. I like nuts.
Oh, shoots and ladders. But when Trudeau stepped down and Trump is officially going to be that guy, that was like the double whammy.
Hey, we can buy Canada. We'll give them $200 billion a year.
I love the fact where he said we should buy Canada, buy, I think it was Greenland, or Greenland.
Yeah, they want to do some stuff with Greenland because it'll piss up, which kind of upsets me because I'm Danish. You're messing with my country, bro.
You don't look like a freaking treat that you eat for breakfast.
I'm Danish and Nordic and German. I'm basically a gosh dang mutt. I'm pretty sure all my countries were invaded by the country I'm from too.
I'm French Canadian and German, so I'm the pussy and I'm the a-hole. So you got the tomato and you got the tomato.
And I'm a part English, my. And Irish, my. I like my cheese and crumbs and I like my beer and fight.
There you go. You got everything. You are a Heinz 57.
I'm a mutt.
But I think that's all I really. With Trudeau stepping down, that was like.
I got to end this on a joke then.
All right.
All right. What came first, the chicken or the egg?
I know this one, so I can't say it. Hey, people, comment below before he gives you the answer. Comment below. La 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 la. I already know the answer. Can I say it?
You can say it.
The rooster. Good time.
I'll do you one more riddle. If someone can figure this out, I'd kind of be astonished, to be honest.
Oh, boy.
This one kind of took me a bit. Oh, gosh, now I can't even think of it, to be honest. It was a conundrum for me. X marks a spot, Y marks a series, but yet Z is the entrance. What am I?
X, Y, Z. So you're the alphabet.
You finally got it. Good for you. It took me a freaking second when I was at work.
I was just like, X, Y, Z. That's the freaking alphabet, the ending of it.
Well, there's also a mathematical joke to it as well.
Yeah, I don't do math.
All I do is math.
Oh man. So do you want to do your plugins before we close so people know where to find you?
What's that?
You want to do your plugins so people would know where to find you?
What's my plugin?
What you are online so people can follow you?
Well, like Facebook or something?
Facebook, Instagram, whatever platforms you have.
Just look for Nick Binsfeld, some goofy guy in a snowboarding thing. I don't know. I just snowboard. I live in the mountains. It's what we do, and then I whitewater raft in the summer.
Yeah, he's a crazy person. He's a crazy person.
Yeah, I got my buddy coming from Minnesota. Not unfortunately my friend here, but I have my friend CW3 coming out here to visit me, and we're gonna go do some snowboarding. We're gonna shoot some shoots, ride the rides, shoot some guns, do a lot of snowboarding, some skiing. I'm gonna take one up the Big Sky and up the Bridger Mountains, and we're gonna do little camping trips.
Nice. In the
So
wintertime yet?
it's nice to have a camper on the back of my beat up. I bought a beater for the winter, for goodness sakes, brother. And it's got a camper. It's cheaper than buying a tonneau cover for my beater truck. I'm like, screwed if I get stuck in the ditch in a 1-ton. At least I got a camper on it. I'll stay warm. I'll stay warm. I got 2 propane tanks, plenty of heat, plenty of food. We're good to go.
Exactly. Good times. Well, I'll do my plugins. I'm Des Rants on Facebook, Instagram, and I guess and YouTube. I'm also Des Rants. Of course, you know that already. And on Instagram, I have 5 accounts. So it's Des Rant. Des Rant is back or 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, and Double D's the Rant. That was my original page, Double D's. Deplorable. I was deplorable back then.
I think I have Facebook. I think I have a Snapchat and an Instagram. I don't know what the hell they are. People put those things on my phone when I made them. I'm like, oh, whatever. I don't know what they are. Hell, fine. I'll figure it out. It's through Facebook, I think.
All right, we'll close her down for the night. Hey, Mr. Rogers, have a great rest of your night. Love you, brother.
You too, Des.
And like always, happy holidays. And if you guys enjoy this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this to piss off your liberal friends, because sharing is caring. And let's be honest, that's what you want to do anyway. Until next time, peace out. Happy holidays. We'll see you next Thursday between 7:30 and 8 o'clock. Might as well make it down.